Go.
We're presenting about Jupiter. I'm Ryan Peoples.
I'm Sydney Seeley, and I'm Rebecca Norris. Okay, so this presentation, we'll talk to you about the fifth planet from the Sun, which is Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest gas planet in our solar system. This large ball of gas has approximately 67 moons, which is a lot because Earth only has one. Not only is it known for its many moons, Jupiter is also known for its big red spot. This spot can fit up to 3 Earths. We can see all of Jupiter's moons, rings, and spots using modern telescopes. And also, our space missions help us get a better understanding of Jupiter. These space missions can reroute their paths using gravity assist. Jupiter is just a planet. Okay, so just standard Jupiter statistics. The diameter is 142,000 kilometers wide, which is about 89,000 miles. And the distance from the Sun is 5.2 astronomical units, so that's more than 5 times the length Earth is from the Sun. And it's the biggest planet in the solar system, and it's the 5th planet from the Sun. And it's the biggest gas planet. So Jupiter is made of 90% hydrogen, which is a lot, basically. And the other 10% is mostly helium, and there's some other gaseous elements. And Jupiter doesn't really have a stable ground, so if you're going to parachute onto Jupiter, you'll never hit like solid rock hard ground. You'll just kind of, yeah. So Jupiter's moons, because Galileo discovered Jupiter, its moons were named the Galilean satellites, and the 4 most known ones are Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. And Jupiter has about 67 planets, and they're really big, so they're kind of comparable to the smallest planets in our solar system. So here are the 4 moons that I just talked about. And the Great Red Spot is an ongoing storm on the surface of Jupiter, and you can fit about 3.5 Earths in it. So here's a little picture. So there's like Earth, and then there's the Big Red Spot, so you can see how big it is. And so comparing Jupiter to Earth, 1 Jupiter year is 12 Earth years. 1 Jupiter day is actually 10 Earth hours. So Jupiter day is a lot shorter than our day, and then 1 Jupiter is about 1,300 Earths, so that means it's 1,300 times the size of Earth.
Okay, so how we learned all about Jupiter? Well, of course, like everyone knows that Galileo looked at Jupiter in the 1600s, but it was a really blurry image. It was kind of that one, so you couldn't really see anything. But then throughout the 1900s, we started getting better telescopes. Yeah, so modern telescopes, you can like really zoom in on it. That was from the Hubble telescope, and you can see the moons, like or those little black spots. But it's all pretty much just inferences from pictures. No one's obviously ever been there, so it's just guesses. And then there have been multiple spacecraft that have either flown by Jupiter or orbited for a while, and those also have taken pictures of Jupiter. So this is just a list. Pioneer 10, that was the first one to ever take a picture of Jupiter, and that's a time-lapse picture of Jupiter as Pioneer 10 flew by it. And then over time they just got progressively more and more advanced, and we got better and better pictures of Jupiter. And then they seem like they're really close to Jupiter, but they're actually a super far distance away. It's like 100,000 miles. So even though it's a closer distance than us looking at it from a telescope, it's still not that close at all. But then there's gravity assist, and that's when like spacecraft flies to Jupiter and it kind of bends its path and slings it forward like slingshot. So it like goes out into deep space at a faster rate than when it entered Jupiter's gravity. And pictures are also taken by these. So yeah, this is just a diagram of the gravity assist. And these are the 3 spacecraft that have done that with Jupiter. And then 2 spacecraft have orbited Jupiter for a while. Galileo orbited it in 1995, and the benefit to orbiting Jupiter is, of course, you get more time to observe it. But then it also released like this little probe that was really small into Jupiter's atmosphere, so we know that it's made of hydrogen, because before that it was just a gas. And then in 2003, once it was kind of out of gas, it just crashed into Jupiter, so we can like contaminate it or something like that. And then Juno got there, I think it was June this year. It was really recently. Juno started orbiting it, and now we're getting much better pictures from Juno.
So our conclusion, you might have learned that Jupiter is 5.2 AUs from the Sun, which is much farther than the Earth. Jupiter's founder was Galileo, and this planet has the largest amount of moons, 67. Jupiter is a gas planet, 90% hydrogen and 10% helium. And the 4 unmanned probes that flew by Jupiter collecting data. And the statistics and gravity assist help you have a better understanding of Jupiter.
So, what we still don't know about Jupiter, even though it might seem like we know a lot, but these are just guesses, really. We don't know if there's liquid water on Jupiter. It might be too cold, or the pressure might be too high, so we won't really know that. And then, like those rings around Jupiter, those are called belts. We're not sure if those are like really thick clouds or some other like substance that just moves and stuff, because it does. And then we think that it's like a gas, but the gravity's so high that there might be a solid core, I guess. And then the biggest question is, like, what's the giant red thing that's always been there? Is it just a hurricane or a tornado or some alien life? And then no one really knows.
Okay, so the final questions that I'm going to ask you guys. Who discovered Jupiter? Galileo. Okay. What is the Great Red Spot?
It's
Raise your hand.
a like ongoing storm that just keeps going.
Yeah. What are the 2 most abundant elements on Jupiter?
Hydrogen and helium.
Yeah. Name one of the flybys that observed Jupiter. Voyager, which ones?
2.
Can anyone name the other 2? Which ones? And then, how did Jupiter's gravity assist spacecrafts going into deep space?
Slingshot.
Yeah, so.
All right, everybody give a round of applause. Good job.